जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Ladies and gentlemen, your host this evening is the perfect blend of class, creativity, fun and passion. She's a TEDx speaker, a TV host who has covered world events like the ICC Cricket World Cup and the Milan Fashion Week, just to name a few. An RJ, a popular award-winning MC across India and an empowering life coach. Winner of the Glad Rags Mrs. India World. Please put your hands together for the power-packed Pallavi Walia Raj.
Thank you very, very much. I'm super delighted to be here on this momentous occasion. And I've written a few lines that I think are befitting for this moment. For your unwavering service, your boundless enthusiasm, your infinite love, and for igniting and nurturing the faith in countless souls with visionary ideas and majestic designs. We offer you our deepest gratitude. Iiid-Hrc, give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you very much to each and every one of you awesome people present here this evening. Namaskar, Adab, and a very good evening once again to everyone. I'm your host with the most, Pallavi Walia Raj. And this is indeed my privilege to be able to be amidst such an august gathering, to be able to share the stage with the kind of people I'm going to be sharing the stage with later this evening. You are the people who are building this amazing, beautiful place, this world, with your radical ideas and, of course, your magnificent designs. And on behalf of Iiid-Hrc, I welcome you to the Investiture ceremony of the Managing Committee for the term 2025-27. Let's give it a big round of applause. And, of course, this fellowship meet. So, at this point in time, I'd love to say it is indeed our honor to have amidst us our chief guest, Architect Jignesh Modiji, National President-elect and National Treasurer, IIID. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. And we also have with us our guest of honor and keynote speaker, Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar. Sorry about that. Principal Architect, Chandrashekhar Design Incorporated. It's the beginning of something very, very auspicious, and we would always love to start something so wonderful by lighting the ceremonial lamp. And it is definitely my pleasure to be able to invite our chief guest, Architect Jignesh Modiji, along with our guest of honor and keynote speaker, Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar ji, as well as all our past presidents up here on stage for the lighting of the lamp. So I'm going to request our chairperson, Pallavi Anchuri ji, as well as our chairperson-elect, Praveen Kumar ji, to please be up here on stage as well, along with our chief guest and our guest of honor. And I'm requesting all our past chairpersons, to kindly be here I'm sure I don't have to call out names at this point in time. They're all right here, and whoever is present here is already up here on stage. Thank you very much to our chief guest and our guest of honor, as well as all our past chairpersons. Love to thank our chief guest and our guest of honor, as well as our past chairs and the immediate past chairperson, Pallavi Anchuriji, architect Pallavi Anchuriji, as well as our chairperson, architect Praveen Kumarji. Thank you very much for doing the honors. Shubham karoti kalyanam arogyam dhana sampada shatru buddhi vinashaya deepa jyotir namostute. And with this, there has been a massively auspicious beginning to an amazing investiture ceremony. I want to thank everybody for doing the honors, and I'm now going to request our very own treasurer, Iiid-Hrc, architect Rakesh Vasuji, to introduce our revered chief guest, Iiid President-elect and Treasurer, architect Jignesh Modiji. May I request Rakesh ji?
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everybody who are there here in this august house, and many congratulations to all the office bearers. Architect Jignesh Modi is at present the President-elect and National Treasurer of Iiid and immediate past chairman of IIA Surat Center. In independent practice since 2004, along with founder partner, architect Monica Modi, the firm Jignesh Modi and Associates has designed and executed innumerable projects in their over 2-decade practice, ranging from a small office to Asia's largest textile market with 4 million square feet of built space. They take pride in creating spaces that harmonize functionality, aesthetics, and the unique needs of each client. Whether it's a modern urban residence or a traditional countryside villa, their firm strives to deliver personalized living environments that exceed expectations. Architect Jignesh Modi was a visiting faculty at the School of Interior Design for over 15 years and carries an aim to impart quality education in the field of interior design and architecture. To further the cause of quality education, he, along with his 2 colleagues, have an ardent desire to establish a School of Interior Design shortly in Surat, Gujarat. Jignesh believes that architecture, interior planning, landscape, engineering, and ecology are critically interconnected. Their work has been published in prominent vernacular dailies, as well as features across many design articles in the Times of India. Jignesh has mentored and inspired junior architects, fostering a collaborative and creative work environment in their firm. He is an avid cyclist, runner, and an environmental crusader. He is also the founder chairman of the first Cycling Association of Surat LCG, with focus on a healthier and greener Surat. Starting with 3 individuals way back in 2010, scaling the heights, motorable road in the world, Kardungla top on their bicycles, they have now grown into a massive movement with over 600 cyclists and runners as members. He has been a profound recipient of several awards, including Certificate of Merit for Outstanding Contribution for the Indian Institute of Architects twice, most recently in the January 2023 at the IIA National Conference at Raipur, Chhattisgarh. May I request all of you to please put your hands together and welcome Architect Jignesh Modi.
May I please request Architect Jignesh Modi ji to please come up on stage and address this August gathering. Let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
A very warm good evening and a warm welcome to all the guests who are present here. And I'm quite pleasantly surprised because last time when I was in Hyderabad, we were waiting for the members to turn up, and we started the event at, I think, around dinner time, that is 8:30 p.m. And today, we have made a new beginning with the beginning of this new term, wherein we started at sharp 7 p.m. So a big round of applause to all of you who are present here. Discipline always brings success. And whenever we start anything with discipline, I'm telling you, success is always guaranteed. And it is always a matter of pride and joy to be in Hyderabad. And today is a very special day. The investiture ceremony of the newly formed managing committee of Iiid-Hrc under the able chairmanship and leadership of Architect Praveen. And looking around with all the proud members sitting here, I feel the warmth, the energy and the cultural richness that makes Hyderabad and its members truly unique. Before we look forward, it is very important to acknowledge the past. And we need to remember the people who got us here. And since 1996, Hyderabad has always been led by stalwarts who have each left their mark. We have Mr. Qasim Ali, who was the founder chairperson, and I'm so pleased to have Ms. Renu Hassan, the very charming and gorgeous, who brought inclusivity and energy. And if you look at her even today, you feel so full of energy. She has a very infectious smile. And she is always, always, always blessed Hyderabad. We had Mr. Subhash Narayan and our very own Mr. Yashwant Ramamurthy. He was part of the NEC a couple of terms back. And they brought HRC to a national stage. Mr. Gururaj and Shantanu, my very dear friend, they built the organizational strength. I remember because we were together in NEC. Ravi, the tall, lanky, ever-smiling photographer in him. I know, I think every Hyderabad member, their best photographs are taken by Ravi. बहुत लंबी पहुंच है रवि की. Aparna and Nandu, very good friends, dear friends. They have carried forward the outreach and the dialogue. Sona, I think after Ravi, yeah, they are sitting in line accordingly. Wherever you come, you are the best. Don't worry about that. Sona is so energizing. I tell her, you just keep talking and people will just get charged up. No need for any, electrical socket or anything. You just keep talking. Whenever I am with her, I don't need a power bank. And Manoj, 230 volt power supply. 440, yes. I mean, he's that wireless charger. You just need to be next to him. देख वो थोड़ा दूर चला गया अभी और अभी से. Yeah, industrial. See, Manoj, everyone knows you. You don't need a generator in the building where Manoj lives. Because light जाती है, अपने आप चालू हो जाती है. And most recently, Pallavi. Again, a gorgeous lady. And she's led with visibility, vibrancy, and dedication. Hats off to all of you. Hyderabad is no ordinary city. It is a city of pearls. That's why it's favorite of women. Of biryani. That's why it's favorite of men. And tehzeeb. That is why it's favorite of NEC. And technology. A city where the majestic Golconda Fort still echoes with history, and high-tech city where we have had many events hums with the future. And just like my favorite Hyderabadi Halim, which blends so many ingredients into one unforgettable dish, Hyderabad's design culture too is a perfect blend of tradition and modernity. And all our designers and members in Hyderabad have always drawn from this unique mix of heritage, architecture, and modern design that responds and looks at global aspirations. This balance of history and innovation is what makes all of you and the design community in Hyderabad stand tall all over India and the world. Now, because I'm here and a new chapter is going to emerge at the national level, I'll also talk about what our vision is going to be in this incoming term. And we will continue with the theme of this current term, which was synergy. Synergy means that together we can achieve that not one individual or any one of us, single one of us can achieve alone. It is when ideas, people and organizations align and amplify each other. Within Iiid, it means that all our 34 chapters, and Praveen, you must listen to this, including Iiid-Hrc, must work hand in hand, sharing knowledge, celebrating each other's success, and collaborating across all the 34 chapters, so that every member feels part of one united family. That's for you. And with across the nation, like-minded organizations like CREDAI, our very own president of FSI Hyderabad, Manoj, you will make sure that we collaborate with FSAI at every level. NAREDCO, IIA, IPA, and all others. Imagine the possibilities when developers, architects, interior designers, planners, engineers, technical people all speak with one voice, promoting design and as the soul of design's built environment. On the international stage, I must tell you that IIID is on a very strong footing with a strong membership in the board at the APSTA, that is the Asia Pacific Space Designers Alliance, which is an alliance of 18 Southeast Asian countries. We assure and we ensure that the voice of IIID resonates across the world. And the interior design education as well as regulation, which we lack, can be streamlined with the help of these countries where they already have the system in place. We talk about regulation, right, in interior design that there is no regulation. So where do we learn from? We learn from these countries, which already, Philippines has a very strong regulation. Like the Council of Architecture, they have Council of Interior Design. So unless you are registered, you cannot practice interior design, which is what we want to get into India. Malaysia has it. Philippines has it, as I said. Japan has it. Australia has it. New Zealand has it. Why can't India have it? So this term we'll be trying very hard to bring discipline into our profession. And it's our promise from the NEC that no matter what, we will make a great beginning towards this. We also hosted the APSDA General Assembly, which was a privilege at Ahmedabad in January, where delegates from 18 countries, around 50 delegates, came and participated. So synergy is not just networking, it is about creating an impact. Like you together have come together, and the impact that it creates, it reaches very wide and all across, not only the city, but across the country. It's about ensuring that IID is not only heard, but respected, nationally and globally. I just want to share a story. I think I was here during Sona's term a couple of years back. She had invited all of us for the showcase. And we were, as usual, we were taken around in the morning for the heritage walks. And we were walking through the Charminar area, and I saw a very young student, a girl student, sketching the arches in the early morning. And just out of curiosity, I asked her that what she found most beautiful. She replied, "Sir, it's not just the arches, it's the way people live around them. The tea stalls, the chatter, the shops, it all becomes one design. That is the essence of design. Not just objects or buildings, but the synergy of life, culture, and people. That is the Hyderabad spirit, and that is what IIID must carry forward." To the newly invested managing committee led by Praveen, I say this: you inherit a very proud legacy, but also a great responsibility along with it. The members have placed their trust in you. Use this opportunity not for positions or anything else, but for purpose. Not for titles, but for transformation. And when I say Praveen, it's not just Praveen, it's the entire managing committee. Dedicate your term to the service of IID, of design, and to fellow professionals who have charged you with this responsibility. Build bridges, foster collaborations, and make HRC shine brighter on the IID map. Friends, IID is more than an institution, a movement that believes we as designers can enrich lives, transform societies, and give India a voice on the global stage. Let us walk forward with synergy in our hearts, with gratitude from our past, and with determination for our future. Together, let us make IID not just India's pride, but a global phenomenon. Congratulations once again to the new committee, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for inviting me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Architect Jignesh Modi ji. May I request our immediate past chairperson, Architect Pallavi Anchuri, and our chairperson, Architect Praveen Kumar ji, to please come up on stage and felicitate our chief guest here this evening. Let's hear it nice and loud. Request you to kindly stay back with us for a bit because we are launching the Insider newsletter, the concluding issue of the term 2023-2025. Yes, give it up nice and loud because we are going to be doing it here this evening at the hands of our chief guest, architect Jignesh Modi ji. I'm also going to request for the unveiling the entire newsletter team to be up here. Request editor, architect Gaurav Prasad, editorial advisor, architect Amita Raj, editorial team, architect Rakesh Vasu and architect Sushmita Subudhi, and the curator, Dr. Rema S. Kartha from K-Books, Kochi, Kerala. Okay. Big moment, big reveal. Let's go right ahead and applaud this amazing feat. This is the unveiling of the annual edition of the Insider newsletter. Wow.
Good evening, everyone. We are very, very happy and proud to bring to you this very landmark edition of Insider newsletter. It's actually the 30th volume that we have launched, and we couldn't be happier to make it a concluding issue of the term 23 to 25. I'm sure all of you all will be very excited to open this newsletter and go through it because we've put together the best memories from the last 2 years, and I'm sure you will find your pictures all there as well. On that note, I'd also like to congratulate Pallavi ma'am on this very successful 2-year term and tenure, and congratulate Praveen on leading us on and taking it forward from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gaurav. Now is that moment when I'd like to introduce somebody very special, and I'm sure some of you are already aware of who I'm going to be talking about, but not without a little bit of an introduction from my heart to yours. The heights of great people reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while the world at large slept, were toiling upwards in the night. And this is what I'd love to say about the person I have the pleasure and the privilege to introduce. The immediate past chairperson of Iiid-Hrc, a profoundly knowledgeable and warm individual. Her extensive expertise and visionary approach have truly made her a magnetic leader and a force to reckon with. Please help me welcome with the loudest round of applause, architect Pallavi Anchuri. Come on, everybody.
Thank you, Pallavi, from Pallavi. Good evening, all. It's a great pleasure to welcome our chief guest, architect Jignesh Modi, National President-elect and National Treasurer Iiid. Guest of honor, architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar, sir. Welcome you, sir. Iiid past chairs, members and guests. Today, I am filled with gratitude as I address you one last time as the chairperson of Iiid-Hrc for term 2023-25. This has been an incredible journey, and together we have all taken Iiid-Hrc to the greater heights and uplifted the design and trade fraternity. Our strength lies in our unity, which was well showcased in the success of all the events spanning 2 years, where despite of your hectic schedules, each one of you have gathered in good numbers and always giving time for our chapter activities. I would like to thank IID President, Architect Sarosh Wadia, Architect Jignesh Modi, and all NEC members for their constant support. The end of a fruitful and productive term as a chairperson also marks a defining personal milestone for me, as it has been 25 years since I have joined IID. So my journey with IID started in 1999 when my brother-in-law, Dr. S.P. Anchuri, encouraged Ravi and me to join IID and attended the NatCon, which was happened, and one of the best NatCon, led by our dynamic Renu ma'am and her team. The journey from sitting in the last 2 rows of the event, you can see the circle one. So Ravi and me were there sitting. That's Sona. Oh. So on stage has been, okay, so the journey from sitting in the last row of the event to being on the stage today has been a wonderful one. My biggest strength has been my family. It was not an easy task to manage profession, family, and responsibility of HRC. Long evening meetings, endless calls, travels. It was possible only with the support from my husband, past chair Ravi Anchuri, and my kids Anusha and Anish, and with blessings of my parents and in-laws. My gurus, all the past chairs of IID HRC have stood rock solid as my pillar of strength since the beginning and guided me throughout. I wish Kasim sir would have joined here. So anyway, it was for him. Actually, I wanted to address him. So, sir, I hope you remember this picture holding 8-month Anusha, an old child. And today, as a parent, it was a proud moment for us when you handed over IID lapel pin to our daughter architect Anusha. Renu ma'am, you are a role model for all of us. Thank you for being here. Guru sir, Yashwant sir, Shantanu sir, Nandu garu, thank you for always your support. Yeah? Sona ma'am, your incredible energy and passion always encourage us to work. We all witnessed Kala Utsav, which was beautifully crafted by you. Travel creates strong bonding. Thank you, Sona, for curating the Japan educational tour and will cherish beautiful memories forever. Aparna, you have been always my strength and motivating me every step. Manojji, a big thank you to you for your guidance and incredible energy kept the momentum in MC always. And not the least, Ravi Garu, being my pillar of strength at home and IID. These 2 magical years would have not been possible without the support of my dynamic and absolutely fabulous managing committee. Kudos to dedication and hard work put in by fantastic 12, who never settled for anything short of perfect. The term was design synergy, and I am happy and proud that we have engaged, collaborated, and worked as a team in managing committee. Manojji, always inspiring us, pushing to give us our best. Praveen for being the best problem solver in the house and motivating us with the ideas. Sandeepji for his guidance and wise words. Rakesh for keeping us all on the right track and paying attention to the every detail. Naveen for being very systematic, helping everyone easing their workload and keeping us all in good spirit. Amita for helping us work throughout crucial decisions with effective solutions, and Gaurav with his calm and composed nature always there to help. Sushmita for bridging the gap between Educational Institute and IID, Zenith for your love, support, Ramesh for his energetic and action-oriented nature, and Subbarao, thank you for making our dream of having Iiid-Hrc office possible. And big thank you to our Executive Secretary Srinath and Accountant Jabbar for all back-end support. We would not have come this far without the support of our sponsors. Thank you for your patronage and working committees. A big thank you to all our wonderful working committees. So, a big thank you for believing in our vision and helping to push the boundaries for design excellence. I thank all my co-chairs across 35 chapter centers for Connect, and together we made a difference. I wish incoming chairperson N. Praveen Kumar and his MC for a very best. As we step into another exciting term, I'm sure you will take Iiid-Hrc to the greater heights. And finally, ending my speech with thanking God for giving me strength throughout my journey. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturvu ma te sangotsar karmani. So, thank you very much. Before signing off, I would like to, can we play video please? Thank you. Pallavi Anchuri. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go right ahead and give her a standing ovation. Come on. Wow, what a term this has been and what a speech you had. I think you want to invite some people up here on stage, right?
So this journey was not possible without Ravi. Anusha, please join me on stage. Thank you.
Let's hear it nice and loud for the family team, ladies and gentlemen. I truly believe that the family is the first and the strongest team in the entire world. And nothing gets done outside without the home front being super strong and supportive. Thank you very much, Raviji and Anusha, for doing the honors. Your team?
I would like to call my dynamic team. Please come on the stage, please.
I'm going to request the entire team to be up here on stage. Architect Manoj Vahi, Architect Praveen Kumar, as part of the entire team of the term 2023-2025. Mr. Sandeep Jain, Architect Naveen Kumar Chalasani, Architect Amita Raj, Architect Rakesh Vasu, Architect Gaurav Prasad, Ms. Zina Thirani, Architect Venkat Subbarao, Architect Sushmita Subudhi, Mr. Ramesh Patel, Mr. T.A. Jabbar, Mr. R. Srinath. We request all of you to please come up here on stage. These are all working professionals. I'm sure everybody understands that. Taking time out from their busy, hectic schedules to just go ahead, attend meetings, get all the work done. It definitely takes a lot. So come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as Pallavi ji appreciates every single one of them. Wow. I'm sure this is something that every single one of them are going to cherish on their workstations as they keep this as a memory for life. Wow. No, I don't think. Mr. Jabbar, if you're here, we'd love to have you up here on stage. Mr. Subbarao, we'd love to have you up here on stage. Srinath, thank you very much, Srinath, the Executive Secretary. And of course, we have to give one to Architect Pallavi Anchuri via at the hands of her strongest support and rock. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for this Managing Committee 2023-2025 under the able guidance of now our immediate past chairperson, Pallavi Anchuri. Yes, we have something very special as a surprise.
I would like to call Jignesh ji to come on stage. So this is a surprise for our team. So as a professional, we are doing so much work, and but for every meeting, we have kept us, the compulsory that 100% should be there. So it is a surprise for the 100% attendance members. Yeah. So first is, I don't know. Yes. So Rakesh Vasu, he challenged me for the 100% attendance and he did it. Thank you, Rakesh.
Yes. Come on, guys, give them a big round of applause.
Next is Naveen Chalsani. Amita Raj. Ramesh Patel.
And of course, we've got Pallavi Anchuri ji. Let's give her a big round of applause. You know, it's always the case when you're leading from the front and you have that 100% commitment and dedication. You have the ability to be on time, before time. You have the ability to attend every single meeting. I think you inspire the entire team to do the same. So, hearty, hearty congratulations. Yes. So, after one, picture with, now I'm going to call all of them. I would request all our past chairpersons to please join us up here on stage. This MC member term 2023-2025 would love to have all of the past chairpersons up here on stage as well. Requesting all our past chairpersons to please be up here on stage. Naveen ji, ab aage. Yes.
Pallavi, we want you to come back on the stage. On behalf of the entire committee, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Pallavi. Thank you so much, and I speak for each committee member here. Thank you so much, and we have a small memento from our side to you. Can I request all the committee members come back on stage, please? It's been a very, very enjoyable and memorable tenure we had in your term. Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed the term. Thank you. Sandeep ji, आइए.
Requesting all the MC members of the term 2023-2025 to please come up here on stage. This is extremely special, I'm very sure, for our immediate past chairperson, Architect Pallavi Anchuri. Let's give them a big round of applause. The untiring hours, the sleepless nights, the travels together, the events that have meant so much to everybody in the fraternity. Let's give them a big round of applause. They've done really, really well. possible without the awesome support of the previous term partners. May I now request Pallavi ji and our chairperson, Iiid-Hrc architect Praveen Kumar ji to please do the honors. And I also request Architect Naveen Kumar Chalasani, the treasurer, and I'd like to request Mr. Nandakumar, our past chairperson, to please step up on stage. And I request you to come up to felicitate Mr. Jignesh of Defa Lighting. Let's hear it nice and loud, ladies and gentlemen. Because none of this would be possible without our partners.
I'm still secretary of the law. That will be after.
अभी मुझे Thank you very much. I'm requesting Pallavi and Praveen ji to please stay up on stage. Thank you very much, Nandu. Thank you very much, Naveen ji. I'm now requesting Architect Rakesh Vasu, Honorary Secretary, and may I request Ms. Sona Chatwani, our past chairperson, to please join them up here on stage to felicitate from Design Walls, Mr. Vimal Dasari. Thank you very much, and I'm thanking you for doing the honors. I'm also going to request from Dash Square, Mr. Suraj Bakshani, for joining us up here on stage and being our partner. Requesting Architect Amita Raj and Ravi Anchuri ji to please step up on stage to do the honors. Thank you very much to all our partners, and thank you for doing the honors. This is now that time in the evening when I am going to request our very own wordsmith, past chairperson Iiid-Hrc, Architect Manoj Vahi, to please introduce the newest chairperson-elect Iiid-Hrc, Architect N. Praveen Kumar. May I request Manojji to kindly step up on stage. I'm sure we can give him a big round of applause as well. Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, good evening everyone. I think we are all looking so excited, and the reason has to be clear that we have one star amongst us who's going to be taking over the mantle of Iiid-Hrc from today, and I'm sure he's going to do justice. And I think I have known Praveen since I think the year 2000. So my association with Praveen is since 2000, and I can proudly say that I haven't seen someone with such a calm, focus, dedication towards his work, discipline, and all of that with a quick response time. I think that's very important. I think what Praveen brings to the table is he does things very quickly, and he does them so well. He's so focused. So that's one thing I want to tell, that we are very proud that, and I'm very privileged to introduce our new incoming chairperson, Praveen Kumar. So I'll also read out his formal profile, which is that Praveen Kumar graduated in Bachelor's of Architecture from the Gulbarga University in Karnataka. He trained at Bangalore and then he set up his advanced practice in Hyderabad after gaining broad exposure towards interiors and local architectural practices. In the year 2004, Sandhya, who is his life partner and an interior designer, and Praveen founded True Designs. The firm is an award-winning, multifaceted architectural and interior design practice based in Hyderabad. I think we all know about it. No one needs to be introduced to True Designs in Hyderabad. They have delivered over 1 million square feet across luxury residences, corporate offices, and commercial spaces and healthcare. Their projects have been honored with prestigious design awards, and they have been featured in national magazines such as Architecture and Interiors and also in the Forbes India 2025. Praveen is known for thoughtful, functional designs, an ethical practice, and a strong client collaboration. He has been an active member of Iiid-Hrc since 2008, serving as the managing committee since 2017, and donning the roles of treasurer, honorary secretary in the previous HRC terms, and is now all set to hold the baton to lead the chapter initiatives at Iiid-Hrc. Outside the studio, Praveen is fond of movies and traveling, and treasures spending time with his family. This, he believes, keeps his design perspective grounded and humane. So this is very short. He wanted to keep it short, but to be very honest, Praveen is an extremely deep thinking person. He's very focused, and I think he's groomed himself so well since he came into the IID and then into the HRC family. He's silently been observing every day, every term. He has his notes made out. I think he's so well prepared. He's so well, taken up to make sure that IID is going to go, taking off from here. I think Pallavi has already set some big benchmarks for Praveen. I think that's how IID works, I think. It's not about challenging or trying to compete with the people, but I think it's all about, taking it forward with the most zeal and enthusiasm. Praveen has also picked up a great team. And I think it's also fair to say that, Praveen needs all your support. I think going forward, all of you need to give him your full support every day, every moment, every term, which I'm sure this house full is here only to do that. And as Robin Sharma says, leadership is not about a title or a designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. And Praveen is going to bring a lot of that to the table. So let's now hand over the mic to our incoming chairperson, architect Praveen Kumar.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on, a bigger round of applause.
Thank you, Manojji. Good evening, everyone. It is indeed a profound honor to stand before you all today as the chairperson, Iiid-Hrc, for the term 2025 and 2027. This moment is not just a personal milestone, but a celebration of shared purpose and collective vision. It is my privilege to represent you all and stand on the strong foundation of over 29 years of Hyderabad Regional Chapter. We are deeply honored by the presence of our chief guest, Architect Jignesh Modi, National President-elect of IIID and National Treasurer of IIID, and whose leadership continues to guide and inspire our fraternity. And we are equally grateful to our guest of honor and keynote speaker, Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar, Principal Architect, Chandrashekhar Design. We eagerly look forward to the insights and inspiration you bring to this gathering. To our esteemed past chairpersons, respected members, and distinguished guests, thank you for joining us this evening. Your presence is a testament to the strength and spirit of our community, and it adds immense value to this occasion. I wish to share a quote by Henry Ford, who said, "Coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success." Let us embrace this opportunity to reflect, connect, and recommit ourselves to pursuit of excellence in design and innovation. And I want to thank each one of you. First thing, my team, when they said, what do you want to get changed? I said, first thing, let us start the program on time. So this is the set. See, I want to value everyone's time, which I can't get back to you. every moment is inevitable. So we want to get a change. We want to start program on time. So I am telling to my committee team, it's not only starting, we should have an end time. So any program we start, will have a starting and ending time. That is the change, what first thing we want to do it in our committee. Now I'm happy to introduce to you all the members of the team 2025 and 2027. Architect Pallavi Anchuri, our immediate past chairperson. I just want each one of you to. Our distinguished past chairperson who carried responsibilities with ease and leaves behind a lot of inspiration. Architect Amita Raj, chairperson-elect, smart in work, graceful in presence and radiant in smile. Mr. Ramesh Patel, Vice Chairperson, Trade, our very own powerhouse of expressions and moves whose second home is the stage is full of life and rhythm. Architect C.S. Rakesh Vasu, Honorary Secretary, a runner who goes the distance, not just a speed, but in every detail, a true champion on the track. Architect Gaurav Prasad, Joint Honorary Secretary, crafting green spaces, delivering golden speeches, building with purpose, speaking with impact. Architect C. Naveen Kumar, our treasurer, the silent achiever who lets hard work speak, a true backbone of the team. Architect Sushmita Subodhi, our MC member, a respected mentor who fills every room with wisdom and laughter, inspiring all with informative insights. Ms. Vandana Shetty, our MC member trade, our harmony maker in tunes and in teams. Mr. Bhavanta Anand, our MC member trade, from crafting comfort to serving flavors and stylish strategist. Ms. Sanjana Shah, our co-opted member trade, managing empires, nurturing communities. I think she's joining a little late today. Architect Amit Shah, co-op member, the calm force behind creative sparks. Architect Roxana, co-op member, smart, stunning, and simply outstanding, intelligence wrapped in elegance. And the last, I don't want to forget this, Mr. Srinath and Mr. Jabbar, our executives are the driving force, working tirelessly to ensure every event is executed with perfection. No, you can call Jignesh. Yeah.
At this point in time, I'd like to request IIID President-elect and Treasurer, Architect Jignesh Modi ji, to please come up on stage for the pinning of the lapel pins. Aye, sir.
मैग्नेट करा दे एक दे दो बाद में चेंज कर लेंगे इट्स ओके
and gentlemen, let's hear it nice and loud for the new MC members, term 2025-2027. Wow, new hopes, new beginnings. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic journey. I'm very, very sure of that. Just as the past journeys have been, growing to newer heights, reaching far and beyond, much further than ever before. Wow. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you to the entire... Okay. Let's now move on to the oath taking.
All settled? Okay, can we, dear friends, dear all, this is a moment that we have been waiting for, a very auspicious moment. And why is this ceremony important and sacrosanct? This is a pledge that is going to be taken by all your elected managing committee members. This is to remind them every single day of the term that they have taken this oath and they have to perform for the fraternity and for the profession of interior design, and they have to be whatever the best that they can contribute towards IID is how they are going to be from today onwards. They are going to put their best foot forward, and all of you are going to witness this. And if they deviate even a little bit, an inch from what oath they are taking, you can complain to the Iiid-Hrc, and we will send them this and ask them to remember the day one when they took this oath. So I want all of you to listen very, very, very carefully what kind of oath they are taking and what kind of duties that they need to perform. So are you all ready? सोच लो एक बार वापस, if you want to go back and sit there amongst the audience. Pakka? Okay, either one hand like that or on your heart. Yes. And audience, all members, please check. No one should remove their hands from their heart. So you will speak after me. I, please take your names. Elected as Managing Committee member of Hyderabad chapter, solemnly swear to faithfully execute my duties as a Managing Committee member of this association. I accept this honorary role with a deep sense of responsibility, committed to the welfare of all our members. As a responsible member of Managing Committee and IID, I shall uphold and protect the IID Constitution and bylaws of the organization, to keep faith and put into practice the noble and good conduct of the Interior Design's Code of Ethics. I shall abide by the laws and legal order of my country, to conduct myself in a manner befitting a good and true professional, so as to bring honor and prestige to the organization. I shall work towards strengthening the purpose of the organization and advancing the interest of the profession to which we are dedicated. I take this pledge without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. You are hereby, all of you, installed as the managing committee members of the Iiid-Hrc term 25-27. Ladies and gentlemen, your team, your managing committee, thank you so much. And this is going to be framed and signed in the framed and signed and put up in the chairman's office. This oath is signed by all these personalities standing here, so that the chairman can remind them every day that this is what you have signed for, and this is what you have to dedicate your next 2 years for. So that is your duty.
Let's give them. Wow. Let's give them a big round of applause, everybody. Thank you very much, Modi ji. And I am, I'm going to request. Yeah, sure. Okay. This is the official passing on of the baton. Let's applaud the official passing on of the baton. Woohoo! MC members 2025-2027. Your reign has begun, and so has your work, your responsibility, right? All right. And thank you very much, MC members. I'm sure you'd be able to enjoy the evening as you take your seats. I'm going to request Praveenji to go ahead with the vision.
Yeah, I just made one small video for my vision. You can just play for it. I envision a term rooted in purpose and progress. Our legacy will be one of balance between innovation and introspection. This is more than a slogan. It's a call to action. Together, we shape what's next. I honor the legacy of past chairpersons who paved the way. As we step into the new term, we carry forward their vision. Leadership is not a title, it's responsibility to uplift others. I pledge to lead with integrity, inclusivity, and impact. From member to chairperson, my journey has been transformative. Each role taught me the value of service and collaboration. Now I bring that experience to guide our collective future. This term is not about me, it's about us. Let's build on our shared history to create lasting change. Our calendar will be rich with learning and celebration. Workshops on AI, design trends, and time management event. These events are designed to ignite curiosity and skill. We will foster mentorship and hands-on experiences. Every event will be a step toward professional growth. Wellness meets and weekend circles will energize us. Inclusive spaces will welcome all, from students to trade partners. This is about bonding, breathing, and belonging. Students are the heartbeat of our future. Tattva will empower them with career, readiness, and creativity. Workshops, pop-up galleries, and mentorship will guide them. We will bridge classroom learning with real-world engagement. Let's nurture the next generation of design leaders. From Iiid-Hrc to Design Excellence Awards, we'll celebrate brilliance. Jalsa, fellowship meets, and chapter exchanges will unite us. Recurring programs will keep the momentum alive. These events will be milestone of our journey. Let's make every gathering unforgettable. I am proud to serve alongside passionate and capable team. Each member brings unique strengths to our mission. Together, we'll execute this vision with precision and heart. Our committee is not just administrative, it's transformative. Let's lead with unite and purpose. Thank you for trusting me with this role. Your support fuels my commitment to serve. Let's embark on this journey with hope and ambition. The future is ours to shape. Let's do it together.
Yeah, thank you. So I have now a small announcement, something like what next. So what all the programs, so what we have done is, so we are working last 3 weeks with our committee members and all that. So we are trying to do next 2 years, what all the programs we are going to do. We are going to fix the whole 2 years calendar. So these are some of the events we are trying to launch. This is Iiid, the Iiid-Hrc showcase. This is going to happen, this is our 6th edition. The dates, we have 19, 20, and 21st June 2026. So this time what we have done is, earlier we used to do like 1, 2, 3 hall. Now we are lucky to have the bigger hall, the hall number 4. So we try to have all the exhibitors come into one single roof. We are planning to have the launch of Iiid-Hrc on 24th October 2025. So I want all our trade members to block your dates. So we will be again sending you official mail to everyone where we want your participation in this. One more is what we are talking, Design Excellence Award. Next Design Excellence Award, we are trying to do it on 24th April 2026. And we have enough time, so all our members, so you're doing a lot of good work where you have enough time to complete the project, take the photo shoot, and also you are ready for the awards. One more we are trying to do, one is Iiid-Hrc mobile app. So we are already worked on this app where will be user friendly for all the members and trade partners. This already we have done the trial version. So first thing we are doing among our committee members. So we want to run for a 15-20 days and check how it's going to work. The app, basically the features, we want to have calendar, what all the programs we are going to do, the YouTube videos, newsletter about Hyderabad regional chapter, what all the programs we are going to conduct. So the app will be connected to your Google Calendar, so you keep getting your reminders. And one more thing is your membership renewals, everything will be in a auto mode. So it's a very user-friendly app which we are planning to develop and give it to all the members. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Architect Praveen Kumarji, for helping us understand the vision and the calendar for the term 2025-2027. We have an absolutely insightful AV by our event sponsor from Defa Lighting, and we'd love to play the AV right about now.
Hello everyone, I'm Iiid-Hrc, design lead, and with me is my colleague and one of our directors, Jignesh. We are from DEFA, and we cater to all your home automation and lighting solutions. We're delighted to share with you a glimpse of who we are, what we do, and some of the projects we are most proud of. Our journey began in 2007 with our headquarters in Bangalore. Over the years, we've expanded with offices in Hyderabad and Mumbai, steadily growing our presence and impact. Our design process is simple, efficient, and client-focused. It begins with layouts shared by architects, followed by the creation of tailor-made lighting concepts for each space. We then translate these into detailed drawings and mood boards that help clients visualize the concept. Once approved, our sourcing, execution, and service teams take over, ensuring smooth installation and dependable post-sale support. At DEFA, our strength lies in our people. We are structured into 4 core groups: business development, led by our board of directors, product and technical support, interior and lighting design, and project management team. True to our motto, service with passion, our team ensures seamless execution and unmatched client support at every stage. What you are now witnessing is our favorite part, imagination turning into reality. Here are some of our most remarkable executed projects, showcasing solutions that range from suspended decor pieces and chandeliers to track lights, downlights, spotlights, wall grazers, washers, and even table and floor lamps. These together create direct and indirect lighting for both interior and exterior spaces. Our lighting layouts are layered, detail-oriented, and design-driven. We support them with mood boards that bring concepts closer to reality. Using Dialux software, we create rendered images and intensity maps that clearly illustrate light distribution, shadows, and ambience, giving clients confidence in their choices. We had the privilege of designing for residential, commercial, and corporate spaces, always with one goal in mind: to elevate every environment with light. As the famous architect Le Corbusier once said, light creates ambience and a feel of a place, as well as the expression of a structure. At DEFA, this is the philosophy that guides every project we undertake. Before we conclude, we would like to show you a visual clip that demonstrates how different lighting scenes can completely transform a space, creating diverse moods tailored to client preferences. Thank you for joining us on this journey through DEFA. We hope you enjoyed it. We look forward to continuing to shape spaces with light. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very, very much, DEFA Lighting, for that amazing, insightful presentation. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on from our investiture ceremony to the fellowship meet. This is where we officially begin the fellowship meet. And it is my privilege to request our joint honorary secretary, Architect Gaurav Prasad, to introduce to you our guest of honor and keynote speaker for this momentous evening, Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar. Gaurav, it's all yours.
Once again, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've all been waiting very eagerly for this particular presentation and insights that architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar would be sharing with us. So it's my privilege and honor to introduce him to you all. Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar is a distinguished gold medalist from MS University, Baroda. In his earlier days of his careers, he had the privilege of being influenced by world-renowned master architects such as Le Corbusier and Louis Kahn. Additionally, he had the opportunity to closely explore design of Charles Correa while working together with him on the Navi Mumbai town planning project. Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar developed his own unique design philosophy and concepts despite of this, with a strong focus on delivering optimal justice to both site and the client's requirements. Over the course of more than 5 decades as principal architect and designer of his firm, Chandrashekhar Design Inc., he has showcased his talent by creating an impressive array of architectural and interior projects. His portfolio spans from elegant family homes to high-end high-rises, residential towers, and many more. He is also well-renowned and known for designing gourmet restaurants to luxury resorts, including heritage palaces, hillside and seaside resorts. He has a reputation of designing very large interior projects in India and overseas as well. And he has multiple projects such as gourmet restaurants in Russia, Kuala Lumpur, and Italy, to mention a few. Throughout his illustrious career, architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar has actively contributed to the architectural community and won many, many accolades. So with those few words, it is my honor and privilege to call him on stage. Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar, we are very privileged to have you. Please join us on stage, sir. And I'd hand over the stage to you. Sir, the stage is all yours. A big round of applause for architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar.
Big crowd. Good evening. I'm absolutely privileged to be here as a keynote speaker in Hyderabad on the occasion of Investiture ceremony amongst very illustrative architectural fraternity. Many thanks to Pallavi and Ravi Anchuri and my dear friend Nandu for inviting me. Many heartfelt congratulations to Praveen Kumar, new chairperson, and his team, and wish team all the best to take Hyderabad chapter to the next level. I'm also very delighted and lucky that Jignesh Modi, incoming president of IID, is here to witness my presentation again. I will make sure that he is not bored and wish him all the success in his tenure. Thank you. It's on, this one. I'll start my presentation. My presentation is actually about a lot of stories. I'm going to tell you a lot of stories. I strongly feel that architecture and a story has a very big relationship. Whether it's a Taj Mahal, or it's a Gateway of India, or a villager's house, every building structure has a story behind it. And I strongly believe it that way. Even when the Louis Kahn said to the brick, what you would like to be, the brick said that I would like to be an arch, is also one story. And the architecture of Louis Kahn prospered through that stories only. So I'm going to tell you my story. My story starts in 1966, almost 60 years back. And this is my college from where I passed out. So apart from the kind words and introduction, Mr. I forgot the name. Yeah, Gaurav introduced. I'm going to introduce myself through my stories and my career and how I shaped up my convictions in architecture, my ideas and my philosophy, on which I based my architectural assignments and my creations on my convictions. So the story started in 1966. That's Maharaja of Baroda, from where the town, Maharaja of Baroda had planned this city of Baroda which is the most interesting planned city then. So I still remember 1966 year, when the Baroda was completely green and very well planned city. And this is the palace. These examples of the Baroda architecture is actually examples of the, it is called Indo-Saracenic architecture. It is not, that light is coming too much on my head. These lights, can you? I cannot see it. So this is not exactly a colonial architecture, though all these buildings were designed by Britishers in Baroda, but it is called Indo-Saracenic architecture. And this architecture, Baroda being a small beach town, and it was very small when I was studying in architecture. So as a student, even in the school, I used to pass this building every day. I used to go to on my foot on this school, and the music college of Baroda, you can see the brick building with a wooden structure. It is absolutely a poetry, a kind of a composition, what you'll see. So, and that's the Baroda Museum. Yeah, that's good. Okay, very nice. Thank you. So that's the Baroda Museum. The best part of it is, as I was trying to explain you, that it is not a colonial architecture, what architecture you see in other cities like Mumbai and other places in India like Delhi, where the Britishers built their architecture. But this is the architecture where it is a fusion of Indian architecture and British architecture. So that's why it is called Indo-Saracenic architecture. And this is what today actually we as architects try to practice. When we want to have a stamp of time on our modern architecture, we try to make a fusion of region-based architecture and the modern architecture. That is the approach most of the architects take. So this is all the inspiration. We were right from the childhood. I was I was actually witnessing all this architecture, my movement in Baroda on a cycle. At that time, I didn't understand the meaning of it as a child. But when I joined architecture college, then probably it started making a meaning to me. And that's my college. It's another beautiful building where the architecture college was placed. Another very good example of Indo-Saracenic architecture, the use of local stone bricks, and you can see, and that's my teacher, Pingle sir. So this teacher has played a very important role in my life. He was not an architect, but he was a aesthetic design. He used to teach us aesthetics, and who made our fundamentals very strong and clear. And he is the person who actually taught me how to look at the things, because that was the main intention of teaching aesthetic, is how you look at the things and how can you find the extraordinary from ordinary. That is the first lesson which he taught, and that lesson is still giving me a company, and it is assisting me in taking decisions. And in 1960-71, these were the three masters, as you know, Frank Lloyd Wright, Le Corbusier, and Mies van der Rohe. Everyone has a very different philosophy, but we were exposed to these three masters because internet was not there, library was very limited, books and all that. So whatever knowledge we could get was through the teachers and some of the books in our library. But these three, and the Corbusier was, of course, working in India, and I was more exposed to his architecture, but the influence was there of all three masters. And of course, not to forget the Charles Correa, our own master. And I still remember my first visit to Gandhi Ashram, where I learned my first lessons of human scale and simplicity and modular architecture. And actually, if you can see here, that's the minimalist architecture. Even in then, he had this approach to the minimalism and very bold architecture, and through the very simplicity, he had told a lot of things. Later, I got a chance to work with him, and probably that was the best period of my learning period. That's the Gandhi Ashram. And another master, Le Corbusier, that's another visit to Ahmedabad as a student. That's a Mill Owners Association building. I still remember going up the ramp over here and coming into that space. That space is this one. You go up the ramp and inside, it is such a mesmerizing space. It's the first time as a student when teacher used to teach us about the space planning, but I never used to understand what is space and all that. That's the first experience after Gandhi Ashram when I visited and went up this ramp, and it was so much mesmerizing that I still remember that something was happening in my mind and brain, and this space has taken a charge of my intellect, you can say, and that is the great experience I had. So these are all the learning process while as a student I was going through. And that is the music maestro, Kumar Gandharva. So the story goes, as you know, Kumar Gandharva is a classical singer, who is a master classical singer. And there is also a story, how this story goes towards the creation. That is what I'm going to tell you. And he used to recite his music in Devas and used to live below the hill. And he used to do his riyaz under a tree. And once what happened was the villagers were taking bhed bakri, to the up to the hill, because there was a utsav of the Devi, and they were taken up for the bali, basically for the bali. And when he heard the akrosh of those bakris, or what you say, and out of that he created a raga. Now this raga creation, because it is very difficult to create a new raga, because already in our classical music the ragas are so ancient old, and the permutations, combinations, most of the ragas are already there in the music. So to create a new raga is something very different. But after listening to the sound of the goats, he created a raga called Mat Surja. So I'm going to actually, I want you to listen to this raga. Please listen, close your eyes. Close your eyes and listen. Start. Start.
Bachale mori matari, bachale mori bachale mori matari, ghar lalwa akelo o bine moe bachale mori
Yeah. So you can put down the lights. So the story goes, means at every observation. Now this is an observation, and this is what a creative person can find out an extraordinary from the ordinary observation. And a raga like Mat Surja has been created. Mat Surja means 12 noon sun, and he has written the bandish, Bachale Morima, is like Bakris know that they are going up there and Bali चढ़ाने वाले हैं. तो अभी बचा सकती है तो माँ ही बचा सकती है, तो बलि तो चढ़ने वाला है. So that's how he created this raga. So my purpose of telling this that the music is liquid architecture and architecture is frozen music. So this is so important. The architecture and the music is so much related. So if you listen to any raga, the singer I mean, the one who takes there are a lot of spaces in between, and then he goes to the climax. And similarly, we in architecture, when we are designing a campus planning, all that, we want to create the spaces, we want to weave them in such a sequence that that movement of an occupant in that particular space is remembered throughout the journey, and you reach to the climax of spaces. That is very important, the relationship of the music. And I strongly believe it. And I had a opportunity, and I was very lucky to attend to live recitals of Kumar Gandharva, which I could relate my architecture again and again to his thing. So architecture is telling like a story, which I'm going to tell you now. This is like one of the hero of my fictitious story. You can call him Mr. Pascal or Mr. Lobo or Mr. Fernandez, whatever name you want to give him. He's a Portuguese gentleman who came in a ship and landed up in Goa from Portugal in 16th century. It's a story of a 16th century. And in those days, the Portuguese came to Goa, and they were in the guise of a businessman. They used to trade in spices and horses, and they used to also build their palaces along the seashores of the Goa. And these palaces which they built had a vertical proportions, considering the Goa's harsh sun and harsh rain and harsh winds coming from the sea. They built their palaces, and also they wanted to prove their might, that they are the rulers of that place. So that's how they used to achieve this big scale and rule the surrounding areas. So the Pascal, and this kind of construction they did, and when the Pascal came, he landed up at this particular site, which is on the bank of the Juari River, and he decided to build the palace. He was a very clever person. When he was standing on the site over here, he saw towards the estuary, which is looking towards the sea. So this is where the Juari and the Mandu River meet to the open Arabian Sea. And when he was standing on the site, believe me, this is a fictitious story. So don't believe in everything. So he was standing on this story, and he saw this particular force going towards the estuary. And this is where particularly the site was full of trees and 100-year-old trees and all that, of very wooded site completely. So he decided to build his first palace. First palace he tried to build over here, and that particular force goes towards the estuary where the Juari River goes and meets to the Arabian Sea, and that's the another axis. So first he built the palace, and along the other axis he built this dormitory building for the religious purpose, where he wanted to convert people into Christianity and all this. That is the two buildings which he did first. After that, as he established himself as a ruler of that particular area, he wanted to meet the local villagers and local people and call them and have a dialogue with them. So he built a kind of a banquet hall structure, which he added later on. So this particular architectural journey is over the years. He started adding up these residential premises, but he was very wise. He didn't cut any trees and all that. He put all the buildings which were facing the sea and the view, and that's how, because at those times Portuguese and English families, the marriages used to take place, and there was a lot of interaction between the Britishers and Portuguese. So the traffic from Bombay to Goa was too much, and there were too many guests coming in. So that was a need of a lot of guest houses which were built by him without cutting the trees and taking chances. And that's how this whole campus over the centuries, 16th and 17th century, his particular campus was completed. And this campus, when it was completed, now it is converted into a hotel premises. So I have told you the story of Mr. Pascal and his creation is my story towards creating this Grand Hyatt of Goa. And that is how we approached to the design, because it was such a big challenge. In Goa had Taj, we had other hotels and all that. And most of the hotels are done using the local characters, studying. Every architect has studied Goa character and picked up elements and all that, and they have studied that. So I had a big challenge in doing how I'm going to do that. So this particular Mr. Pascal came to my help, and the story of his landing up in that site and building over the period. So if you must have gone to Grand Hyatt Goa, if you minutely study the first building to the last building, you will find a change of characters, because those buildings were added in my story over the period of 100 years of addition. So these are the drawings which I am going to show you. The architect has said that architects should talk less and drawing should speak more. And that is what I also believe in. So the drawings which I am going to show you are the presentation drawings which we did then, maybe 18, 20 years ago. And I was very lucky that my client, who is the landowner, had asked me, because Hyatt always wanted a Gora architect. But my client said to the Hyatt that my architect has already designed a hotel for me. Only I want your operational contact. He said, but we would like to see the design. So I had to take all these drawings, and I went to Chicago on Hyatt headquarters and presented my scheme, and then I was given this project. So I'll run through some of the drawings. Like the drawing we saw, this is a banquet hall. These are kind of a Baroque elements over the period, how they were added. And the high-pitch roofs was a character which we picked up when Portuguese used to build like that. The roofs touching the sky. And these are some of the drawings which I just want to show you as these drawings were shown and explained them. That's the main entry with the Baroque architecture. These slides and the photographs are very old. Now the landscape is fully grown over the years, and this is the most important element which I want to stress upon, is this glass roof. Now you will wonder how come this glass roof came in 16th and 17th century. But not like that. The buildings were based on 16th, 17th architecture, where main intention was also to give the architecture which is diminished over the years. We wanted to give back to Goa that architecture of Portuguese people who were visiting. And when this particular campus was given to Hyatt, it was in this 20th century. So the element, today's stamp of time, is there in form of this skylight, which is a very modern element. That's the only modern element there, which covers the central courtyard and houses the main circulation area. I ran some of the drawings. That's the spa building, the building which he had constructed for the religious purpose to convert people into Christianity. We converted it into a spa building. So these are all the buildings are of the story, but they are all built new, and all working drawings are there in my office of this. This character, I'll just go back. So here if you see, these are like a flying buttresses. You can see the flying buttresses and the local seashell screens, and these are the light wells. So because it's a religious building, we use this element of flying buttresses they used to use for churches. That's another. These are residential blocks. There are different residential blocks which I just run through. So every residential block, the characters keeps changing. The roofscape remains the same, but the detailing and the materiality keeps changing. I just want to run through the drawing because we all architects believe in drawings, and we want to. And we did these drawings in that particular style, that as if these drawings were old drawings done in 16th, 17th century. So you see the landscape around and all that is done in a very peculiar fashion to depict the Goa and Goa's seashore. That's a very interesting block, having a courtyard inside. So we had to work on the inside-out elevations and the detailings of the building then. Those were the three presidential villas which never got completed. So they just remained on the drawing only because there was no budget for them. They deferred for that, but they never got completed. That's the building which is the last building here, this building. This is now latest photograph with the full grown landscape. That is where actually the influence of the Goan temple came in. Because when the Portuguese did the building, but they were using local people and all that. And slowly and steadily the architecture styling got changed. And at the end, the local Goanese temple architecture came into existence. That's the how the Baroque elements. You see here the rough hand plaster, because only pilasters and the cornices were very much finished. Rest of the, because it was very difficult in 16th century to get the local masons to do a perfect job. And so this we had adopted to this undulated plaster, which would give a very good texture and cast shadows also. That's how some of the night, that's the roofscape. This is how actually it tries to merge into the total Goa landscape, the mushrooming roofs coming out of the coconut trees. It's around 6 lakh square feet of tiles we manufactured, we designed and manufactured and colored as per our specs. Here you see this, the only glass roof coming out as a stamp of time. That's the elevation of our drawing from the seaside. And that Mr. Pascal has gone old now. He's the hero of my story. That is another god of mine. As Picasso said, art is a lie, which makes you realize the truth. You know, it's a, if I don't want to discuss this sentence, because if you start debating on this sentence, it can be hours and hours of talk. So I want you to only make a meaning out of it. How we, and the best example I can give is his own paintings, where he is trying to find out the truth. And so he says art is a lie, but in that lie story, his search is towards the truth. And that impressed me so much that I'm going to tell you my lie story. So when we got a project at Vapi in Surat, my client had bought a very beautiful pasture, very green land, and he came to me and said, we want to design a bungalow complex, but I would like to build a club first and then I will do the marketing of the bungalows. So I was wondering, he said, on the one side the Vapi town, which is most polluted industrial town and all that, in between flows the river, and my client was so clever that he bought the land across the river, not in the town. So I was very happy that he's got such a beautiful land full of greenery, trees and all that. And stop. So he's bought such a beautiful land, and he said that I want to design a campus in this land. So one side was the site, which was very green and no pollution. The other side of the river was a pollution and all that. So the story goes like this, my life story, whatever you call it. See, for us, the context is very important. When we design as architecture, context is so important that in a Goa, in Grand Hyatt, you heard the contest. I had a contest of 1670s Portuguese architecture. They came in and I could pick up my own story and design that. But here, it was a big challenge. One side was a polluted city of Vapi, the river flowing, other side the green. From where do I start? And sometimes, without a context, when you start designing, you cannot guarantee 100% success. Either it's a success or it's a failure. There's not two ways about it. If you create in between, that is a mediocre architecture. So it was such a great challenge. So this arrow is very important. When I was discussing, and I was somehow thinking and all that, I got a habit that I don't try to put a paper on the put a pencil on the paper unless my thought process is completely matured and I know where I'm heading. So at that meeting, I told my client can I borrow some pollution across to your site? He said, what is this nonsense? Are you mad? When I gave money, so much money to buy this land, pocket by pocket, and collected this 45 acres. Now you are telling me you want to buy a pollution of Vapi across. I said, yes, I want to do that. So the story goes like this. Because there was no context, I thought the context will be the polluted factories and shades of industrial shades will be my context. I decided to put that polluted industry of poppy on the pedestal. So वो चोर के हाथ में ही चाबी दे दिया तो चोरी नहीं होती है ना, पैसा हिसाब है. So bring in this thing. So if you see here, that was the site and that was the only access to the site. So when we created a complete layout, and this was the site because there was another entry was there also. So we said that this is the right place to make a clubhouse. We wanted to design a clubhouse. So because you get an avenue here and the clubhouse is right after also when the growth will take place along with this plot, everybody will have to pass through the clubhouse. So we put. And my last story goes like that. I told client, yeah, you have bought the land, but there are some structures I see. They were not there, but I just told them in my story. Those are the industries which were existing here on your site. And like they were very haphazardly placed industrial structures as if they were existing. So we tried to bind them with some negative force and try to create a space for ourselves. Try to put some courtyards, some axis going to the main axis, another axis came in picture, another courtyard came in, and we married the existing structures. They were not there, but we wanted to place them haphazardly and then create a design language. To create a design language was a challenge. So, and being a club, we wanted to create a design language which is a recreational language, which is giving boost to recreation as a club. So here you see is basically a very formal balanced thing, but we are trying to connect the informal industrial structures within that. So that's the, I'm going to show some drawings. Again, the drawings where you see a very humble local Indian architecture, Indian colors of red agra and bricks and all that, and few of the elevations. Here, I can show you that this is an industrial structure. This here is the industrial structure. Here also you can see over here. Over here you can see. So basically, when we were working out the requirements of the club, so there are bound to be a banquet hall, some sports facilities like badminton halls which require a larger height, and then there's a movie theater inside which also requires a good height, movie theater. So we decided those industrial structures which we are placing in our planning, those are the industrial structure which we will use for these functions. And we created a design language and materiality. After the concept was clear, then we created a materiality, a design language. And these drab-looking industrial structures, this language was given to those structures, and old industrial structures were enhanced and made to talk the same language as our language of the club. So that was the marriage between the industrial structure and our design language of the, I hope I'm trying to explain you. See, here you will see the temple form. In the temple forms, you will see a tower which is actually a water tank with another industrial structure. This particular structure is also industrial structure. That one is also. So like one is a banquet hall, one is a badminton hall, the other is some sports facilities. So this is how we designed the thing. And that's our site, and no more pollution seen, but you are within. And the local context, that's the local context of industries, and that's the regional context of temples and the materiality. So the both fusion, it is kind of a, like we have to and create a skyline of the club itself and the movement within. I strongly believe that you should not take back the memories of the elevations or structure. You should take back, when you leave the particular structure, the whole experience, the whole movement within, and the whole feeling, the dialogue which you I would like to establish within. That should be in your memory rather than the materials and the shape and the texture. And I think we were. Now this project, which I am just trying to show you some drawings. That was the entire bungalow complex, and that was, this is the main axis, and the club was designed over here. Now this project which I am showing you is the fastest project done in my professional tenure. This project, which is around 1.5 lakh square feet or something, which was completed along with interior structure, everything ready to walk in and ready to move in 13 months. So all these slides, what we are going to see now, is the product of 13 months in a bare agricultural land, including drawings, design, execution, interiors, air conditioning, services, 100-seater theater, 5,000 square feet banquet hall, 2-3 restaurant, 50 guest rooms, and whatnot. The list is endless. Was done and created very successfully in 13 months, and including the main avenue, landscape, and 3 types of prototype bungalows, also with interiors, ready to sell only after the club was ready. That was his condition when he came to our office. He said, there is a project which you have to complete in 12 months. I said, someone has come. And he's talking something impossible. But architects is greedy and they want a good job, good site. So I said, yes, we'll do it. I knew that paisa nahi aayega, nahi hoga, but to my surprise, we were 1 month only delayed the project and we could finish this project. So now what you see is like you see this fountain. That's the experience, that's the main gate as you come in, and that's the fountain. Now this fountain is created in an 18-feet diameter single stone. Now you can imagine that coming from Rajasthan, client had to stop the highway in the night time and move that stone to the site in Vapi. So the 99% credit of this project goes to my client. The way he really mastered the art of execution, and given a time there are 3,000 workers working, and to the interest of all our architects, his vision, like the site where we were not constructing bungalows, there was a heap of sand, like a heap means hill only. He loves sand, he loves metal, huge godowns of cement, even the manure and the good earth which you will require for the landscape was stored right in the beginning only. So I'll just run through the slides. It's better to talk less, but I keep talking. So that's the main avenue. Some of the interiors, these are the main lobby. So all this was ready. That's the, you can see the industrial architecture, all steel used within and all that. And then we were trying to create an opulence out of steel and the local materials. That's the light fixtures, which just adds a color into a restaurant. That's the local context of stepwell, which becomes a social place and the element of a landscape. Social place in the sense, it is surrounding the swimming pool. That's the swimming pool, and you can see the stepwell construction over here. It is more of a use in the form of a landscape. Now if you go there, the champa trees are grown fully, it's a lush green courtyard, and you see the temple forms, which houses actually staircases and lifts, but they come out in the elevation like that. And these are the jharokas which give the light to the corridor. That's the actual photo, not a rendering. And this landscape was ready then in 13 months. Because we could pick up the full grown from Rajmundry only, from your state. All the trees were picked up. You see a temple form that is around the courtyard in the swimming pool. That's some slides of night. Now we were working with a lighting designer. I must mention Kapil Surlakar from Goa. We were working right from the inception of the project. And it so happened that we were told to write a paper on the lighting because he is more and all that. So we wrote a letter on the Now, believe me, my office don't believe in going to site. I hardly go to the site. In this particular project, my juniors were going to the site, but I believe mainly in the drawing discipline and drawing. If you ask me to show me the drawing of this grill or show me the drawing of anything, all drawings are there. Without drawings, we don't work at all. We don't go to construct another 120 rooms with a banquet hall, the 10,000 square feet of a restaurant, new swimming pool and everything. He again came after 6 years. Chandrashekhar, 15 months only. Sir, not possible because we were trying to occupy the next attached land. How to solve the problem of parking? We wanted around 150, 200 cars, so there was no possibility of doing a structure without constructing a basement. Once the basement comes in, the time factor is not in your hand, particularly if you are crossing the monsoon of Vapi. Where Vapi, it rains like Mumbai only. But we did the whole the project which I am going to show in 18 months, including construction, interiors, everything. The total construction area is around 3 lakh square feet. So that's the existing approach, the existing club, what you see here, which was designed in the first phase. And this was the land. And as I told you, from the village, the road goes winding up, and we have one more entry only. So it was decided right in the beginning that after when we construct this, we will have this entry only for the residents, only for the bungalow owners, and this particular entry will be only for the club members. So that was the existing thing. Now, so we were trying to study verses. This is the phase 2 site. So this is what I saw, that there is this particular strong force coming from my courtyard, my main focal point of the club, which is the court, and the site shape itself is like direction it. So it gave me a clue how to go ahead with the thing. The only problem was there. He wanted more opulent because now I was addressing the marriage crowd. A marriage crowd, you know, the marriage crowd. I mean, everybody is decked up and dressed up and with ornaments, and the mood is different. There's a mood of celebration and dance and music and everything. And the club was kept very quiet, nice, sports oriented and all that. So now the character was changing. So how do I address that? How do I slowly poison the whole thing? That was my challenge. So this force came to my help, and this movement, like you are going to move, so that's, we created a transition space. So I wanted to bring in the club materiality character as you move from the old club to the new. This becomes a transition place, so we created a restaurant which will have a similar industrial character, but now the different design language, different materiality, and slowly opulency is there in the design process. And that's how the entry for the guest block and the green space of the lawn, which was the major requirement for the events and everything, for the banquet, the green space was important. So that is how you move. Moving around the green space, that movement was captured. And that was another entry. A new drop-off was created only for the marriage people and how they go to the block. And that's how the geometry set in. The final geometry was set in like that. So what happens is even if you get dropped off, you're a member, you start walking like that. You walk here, and that's a 10,000 square feet of a restaurant. So there's a passage going here, and then you come, and these are the guest rooms all. They are the guest room overlooking either the fields beyond or the inside. That's the whole thing. And this is the new campus, where the brick jali element is twisted, turned for the different vocabulary. That's the new entry avenue. Those are the guest rooms you see over here, guest room block. This is my fire escape staircase, because your entry and I was seeing the side of the building. We never wanted to see, wanted to make it interesting. So that's the guest rooms. That's the movement. Now you're walking from the old corridor to the new. So you have pause, and then you enter into this corridor. So where the heights of the corridor, the brick arches and the flooring pattern, and we created almost 110 feet long waterfall. This waterfall element, which takes care of your movement also, and then this is a family. This is a husband, wife, 2 children. It's a family, because it's a family function. The marriages are only families come and they participate. It's no more like a sports and club and all that. So the WAPI, then I found a contest. It's like a tube light, you know. I found a context when it was a subject of marriages, because the WAPI is surrounded by Union Territory Dadra Nagar Haveli, and Dadra Nagar Haveli is the area of Adivasis where they stay. So we wanted to bring in that context here in front of that Adivasi family, but the family which creates the life in the marriage. So that was there. This waterfall was designed in a basalt stone. There is one single element. There is one single element which got manufactured, and it was stuck to the concrete wall along with dowels and all that, and that created a waterfall. I just run through the slides. Main landscape element was water. The idea of using the water is basically marriage people, you know, they come for the marriage, but they are into different mood. They don't have discipline in the movement. So we wanted to put their discipline in the movement while they enjoy the environment. We created the water body so that children don't run here and there, and all the movement is kept in a discipline. So you enjoy, but don't try to be haywire in the movement. So that was so this is all 18 months project. Below this water body and that lawn is the basement where the parking is done. There are some of the architecture and interior here go hand in hand. So we don't have to do extra efforts for the interiors. These are the Dwarpal statues were created at the entrance. Like everything was like, we got inspiration. We designed this chandelier over here, designed the focal tables, designed the screens. Everything, again, very less site visits and more drawing work. Everything has a detailed drawing work. That's the thing. There's a very interesting story. Maybe I'll run through fast, but I can't skip this story. This is the AC grill over here. So air conditioning was very difficult. So our office has a discipline of doing lighting, landscaping, air conditioning, everything. We try and plan it on the paper and then give it to the consultants. So the main problem was, how do I take a return air of this air conditioning? Because the AC was placed behind this on the first floor, from where the duct moves and goes up and throws the cool air down. So we solved the problem of return air. Believe me, this is the return air. So the main backdrop of the reception counter and the Indian motif, focal table, but we didn't give any throw and put this return air in this form so that when a customer is checking in, this thing, the return air goes back so he feels very cool and nice. That was the major element how we designed. That's all. Can you make out this is a return air? But the whole return air of the lobby goes through this. That's the chandelier design. I just run through. So Pallavi told me get some interior slides also, so I'm just trying to. So I was very scared what to do. Some local, everything was designed by us, all light fittings, everything was got manufactured in Delhi. This is that 10,000 square feet restaurant. That's the, what do you call, pizza. There are the toilets. There's the water body and the sculpture of a Devi. There's the banquet area for the lawns and all that. So the longer the expression, the bigger the lie, right? Do I have a time? 5 minutes? No explanation. Just. I had a chance to work with the master, Doshi Sahab. And Doshi Sahab was designing one bungalow in Pune, and something happened between client and him. And they decided to give me the job, and I had a meeting with Doshi sir. I said, don't worry, I'll give justice to what you have said. There was a bungalow on the hillock. Only as a concept, when I went to the site and saw it, there was an immense pressure because it is on the hill and you see the entire Pune city from there. So I always believe that when you go to the site and when you see a naked cityscape or naked scene, there is kind of a pressure which exists on your heart or your brain. That is, and there was a rock behind this. Sorry. Oh, sorry. There is a rock here, the rock behind this. So we just thought we would design the interior spaces such that even if we want to break few things, we will break. But why a human being should take the pressure which is coming in? Let the pressure come into the bungalow and let this rock take the pressure. So whatever hurdles were there in between the rock and that outside thing, we removed and created the spaces. So I'll just run through. Some drawings are very important to our office, so we just always show the drawings. See, this is where I will explain you again. This, when we were finishing this bungalow, materiality was again a very important factor. In a monsoon, the hill behind becomes green, but in a summer, there is nothing on the hill. The grass dries up, trees dries up. So we wanted to choose the material. So we chose the material in this season. So we adopted the brown color, the stone cladding and all that. And when it rains, the same hill becomes a green. So the whole bungalow comes out like a mushroom over the backdrop of the green hill. And it stands out. So the challenge was this, with this curvilinear roof and curvilinear structure, the challenge was how to finish that roof. So that's some of the whole bungalow is designed in it's like an Eklavya story. Doshi sir has given you free hand, you do whatever you want. I didn't take the free hand. I just thought I must design in his philosophy. So whole thing was designed in his philosophy only. So here I would explain you that the roof material, because very difficult to convert. If you can guess this roof material, I don't want to give you any puzzle or something, but it was a big challenge for us what to do. And believe me, this roof is completely designed in small pebbles. And that that solved the problem of curvilinear thing. The pebbles is a completely new material which no one had used for the roof. And the advantage of that was in the rainy season, because when it rains on the roof, the rain gets cut and the water moves like a cascading effect. And that is a beauty to look at this bungalow in monsoon. The last one, I'll just move. This is the one bespoke suites, which we were to design again in Goa. So we studied what happened in Europe then, in the 16th, 17th century, how the courtyards and how the housing was done at that time. And then the discipline came in the road system and all that in Europe, in Portugal. And these courtyards become recreational areas. And the vertical proportions with different colors, that housing was developed in Europe that time. So when we were addressing this site was given to us, and we just decided we create a similar courtyard. And if we decide to separate out these masses, then we get this axis over here. So that is how we shift the masses, create the internal spaces, and curve it, those spaces look towards the sea, and connect them and charge the courtyard within here, charge the courtyard within by connecting it over here. And the landscape with topiary concept, because that's a CRZ line, we could not come out. And that's how this housing was done. There's some detailed plans, courtyard and all that, some basement. And that is how that housing of the old Portuguese housing character was taken in and designed. Like here you will see that, there's a cascading water body and basements, and there are the typical apartments over here. But I won't explain too much because Pallavi, just give me 2 minutes. So this is how we are designing. This is having a local Goa character plus modern flats inside. The whole structural system was based on arches and the long spans, the pool within, and look into the seascape. Just a last video. Thank you.
We're going to request, sir. May I now request Pallavi Anshari ji, Praveen Kumar ji, may I request our past president Nand Kumar ji, and I'm requesting all the past chairpersons, to please join us up here on stage. It is such a joy to be here and witness. Yes, may I also request our chief guest, Architect Jignesh Modi ji, to please join us up here on stage. I'm sure this has been an absolutely insightful session for every single one of you present here. Beautifully presented, and of course, the body of Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar ji's work is so profound that, and we are so happy that we got a chance to witness that here this evening. Thank you very much. I'm going to request the Managing Committee 2025-2027 to also come up here on stage. Let's hear it nice and loud once again for all these amazing people who've constantly been working, giving us their very best, and of course, hearty congratulations to the newest MC, 2025-2027. At this point in time, I would request the Honorary Secretary, Architect Rakesh Vasu, to please deliver the vote of thanks. Thank you.
First of all, I would like to say we are very proud to announce that we have started on dot at 7 and we have ended on dot at 9:30. So huge round of applause to all of you. And we are making it a point to actually follow the same concept in all our things. So please make sure that you attend on time. Yeah. At the outset, I would like to thank the Chief Guest Architect Jignesh Modi, National President-elect and Treasurer, Keynote Speaker Architect Chandrashekhar Kanetkar, distinguished guests, past chairpersons, members of Iiid-Hrc and my dear friends for their valuable presence in the August House. I take this opportunity to thank the outgoing chairperson, Architect Pallavi Anchuru, who had a very successful tenure and giving a free hand to all the committee members in their respective roles. HRD always has great leadership since inspection. The past chairpersons were the torchbearers of the fraternity. I sincerely thank my fellow committee members who have strived very hard for their very successful tenure. The sponsors are the key partners of our design fraternity, and I would like to thank DEFA Lighting, the platinum partner for this event. I thank all professional organizations, design institutions who have supported our organization. I thank the working committee for their invaluable contribution, the staff of Iiid-Hrc, Srinath and Jabba, who have always been fulcrum of our chapter. And finally, I would like to wish Architect Chairperson Praveen Kumar and his dynamic committee team with 6 women in command a very successful tenure. Thank you very much. This is the trend. This is the trend which goes. I sincerely thank Architect, Pallavi Walia, who has successfully conducted the first event. Thank you very much. Photograph.
Fabulous evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host with the most, Pallavi Walia Raj, thanking the Iiid-Hrc for giving me this beautiful opportunity. I just want to leave you with one thought as you move into an absolutely amazing evening. Champions don't show up to get everything they want. Champions show up to give everything they have. And that's exactly what we've seen every single champion who's come up here on stage do. So until we meet again, be healthy, be champions, and be truly unstoppable. Do join us for cocktails and dinner. Good night and God bless. Thank you.
Iiid-Hrc is one of the most dynamic and vibrant chapter. I am fortunate to be a 13th chairperson.
A good round of applause for our Pallavi Walia.
And Iiid Design Awards. Next year, we have conducted IDQ, I5 fellowship meets and Iiid national juries. Throughout the years, I could get the support from HRC's trade fraternity and managing committee and working committee. So this was possible only because of the support we are getting from all our members. I'm proud to share with you all that this term we have conducted more than 46 events and 50 plus meetings and the different events. This term, there are more than 350 members, in which 100 plus are the architects, designers, and 250 plus are the student members.
It was a real pleasure being the immediate past chair, though I didn't feel like one. I was so involved because of the love and affection showed by the entire
managing committee and the entire fraternity. And this is also